Alright, so I'm gonna do this one more time. Yes, I tried to make a video about this, but I got something to say. Y'all, I was sitting in the library today, and as I was doing like a little bit, I actually deactivated my Facebook app. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be on it for this month. It's for a reason. I don't want to be on it for this month. But anyway, I went on Instagram. And on Instagram, there is a reader that's talking about this book. I'm not here to bash the author. I'm not here to bash the reader. So that's one thing I don't do on this channel is bash anybody and their grandma. Now, I might call out the false prophets, but that's about it. But there is a book called God's Plan, A Hood Crucifixion. Now, I'm thinking the character is going to go by a whole different name. The hero is. The hero's name is Godric. I kid y'all not. It's like God and then you add Dreek to it. Like making it real hood. For me, in my honest opinion, I feel like in a way that's blasphemous and that's very disrespectful. I mean, granted, God gave us the pen, gave authors the pen to create, but really, I wouldn't want to use the pen to disrespect my Lord and Savior, knowing that He gave me the gift to create, masterpieces, like my own stories and whatnot. But these stories are really to uplift, I'm talking about stories I'm writing. The stories I'm writing are used to uplift the kingdom anyway. But I don't read urban, but when I saw, like, the character visual and whatnot, I was like, what the heck? Now, the heroine, she does not have, like, a biblical name. Because I don't even think, I know Vitani is based off of, the name Vitani is actually based from, The Lion King Part 2, Kovu's sister. That's my favorite movie of The Lion King, I'll be honest. But my point of the matter is this. I wouldn't want, granted, we all want to retell stories and whatnot, but that's just one thing I won't do. I will not touch on the Bible and to recreate a retelling of a story and whatnot. No, that's just me. The Bible's already perfectly written. It's my daily bread. You name it. But to give a character the name God and then call him Godric, I feel like that's just blasphemous. Granted, that's a fictional character. I know people are going to be like, well, it's fiction. Granted, it's fiction, but still. Even as people that, create books, we still need to be mindful of what we call people, what we say, okay? But at the end of the day, it is what it is for this author, for the person that created the story. But there is somebody named Bart in the story. There's a Simon. There's a Peter. I don't know if there's a John, so I think there's a John in there too. But like I said, I didn't read the story, but I saw the character visual for it, and I felt some type of way about the hero's name. Like last night, I worked on one of my stories, and the hero in that story was having a moment with Jesus, and it wasn't in church; it was at a bookstore. The hero now, not the heroine, it was the hero. So, I'm going to be honest, whenever I write my books and the Lord is going to talk to somebody, you'll know. That's about it. That's the only time I will put my Lord and Savior in my books. Ain't no if. Ain't no if. There ain't no if. But I am preaching in my works, to be honest. But the only time I do bring up the Lord is when He is talking to the hero, the heroine, the antagonist, whomever needs deliverance, okay? That's about it. I refuse to make a character with my Lord and Savior's name. I just feel like in a way it's blasphemy, disrespect. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, y'all. And like I said, I'm not here to bash the author. I don't know who wrote the book, to be honest. But I just seen the thing and I was like, what? I'm thinking it's like a retell. Well, in a way I was thinking it was more of a retelling. But I wouldn't call nobody or give them the name God because it's like disrespect to my Lord and Savior. There's only one true and living God, and that's Jesus Christ. So I'm just keeping it real. Y'all can take it how it is, but I'm not one of them that's just gonna let something like this slide. And like I said, I'm not here to bash the author or anything. Like, I don't even know how to bash her. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'd rather, speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So be mindful of what you write. That's all I would say. Write whatever you want to write, but at the end of the day, you gotta be mindful and you gotta think. Like I said, I always, whenever I have the Lord in my stories and the hero or the heroine is having that moment with the Lord, he gonna go by his name, okay? There's only one God that they're gonna talk to, and that's Jesus, okay? And it's gonna be biblical Jesus. It's not gonna be this modern day Jesus that people are trying to come up with. And it makes me mad that they just wanna create a whole nother Jesus. And I'm like this, okay. All right. But I'm like this. I'm only married to biblical Jesus. I ain't about the 2-time out here. But anyway, that's all I have to say. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I pray this person does have a true and authentic relationship with Christ. I will say that because I'm praying for the soul of this author, to be honest, because I don't want, no condemnation or anything. But at the end of the day, only the Lord can handle her, to be honest. He can chastise her. Only thing I can do is just, be like, hey, just say what needs to get said. That's it. I don't have a heaven or hell to put this lady in. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just don't like it when my Lord and Savior is being disrespected. And there's a lot of people that disrespect him. A lot. But to see it in the urban industry and to see it in a book form, like, it really just... it just does something for me. Like, I really love the Lord. And you wouldn't want... like, when you really love somebody, you wouldn't want nobody disrespecting them. Like, I really love the Lord. I was like, what? When I saw the name, I was like... that's why I had to leave the library, y'all. I'm like, Lord, I gotta go home. But yeah. So, may God continue to keep you all. May He bless you all. Be blessed.